So life, it's like a bag in the crosswinds. Sometimes you have to let it go. Move on with your life, bro. Move on with your life. Welcome to GTM. GTM in the morning. Let's go.
Okay.
What an intro, bro.
What an intro.
What an intro.
What was that, Bucky?
We got a little bit too spiritual, bro.
Yeah, dude, it got me a little. I was like, are we about to do witchcraft here?
Right.
What are we doing, Irvin? You're scaring me.
Oh, yeah. I like that effect, bro. That was good.
Let's try it again.
Relax your mind as you tune in to the GTM.
Oh, man.
It's hard not to laugh, though.
It's hard not to laugh. It's fun. It's like helium.
Right? It's like a very, like those monks in the, like in the mountain or something like that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
We're chanting something, bro.
What are we chanting, man? What are we chanting?
I don't know, bro. The life that we live, we're talking. I just said life is like a bag in the cross paths of the wind.
Yeah, you just gotta let it.
You kind of just let it be.
Let it be. Let nature take its course.
Bye. Wherever it takes it, that's where it's gonna go, bro.
That's where it's gonna go.
But where are we going?
Where are we going? To the top, baby.
We're going to the top.
We're going to the top, baby.
Episode 12, you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Once again, we are GTM.
Yes.
I'm here with Enrique Boucher, and of course, I am Irvin Pacheco. First question of the day.
What's going on, buddy? What's going on? Tell me.
What are your thoughts of dating out of your culture?
Oh, dating out of my culture, buddy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's going on over there?
Okay. Sorry about that. Oh, Lord. Okay, your question is, will I date out of my own race?
Well, not just you, but in general.
In general?
In general, like everybody. Like, not just yourself, but in general. Like, what are your thoughts of people, like, dating out of their culture, or dating out of the race, if you want to call it that.
Okay, dating out of your culture.
Yeah,
it makes more, politically correct. I think it's good, man. It's great. I think we should be all mixing in. I mean, that would end racism.
Would it?
Definitely.
You wouldn't think that we would find a different way of defining each race as far as like mixed race, like how we have white and black, how
they get picked up.
They look a little different, right?
Yeah, light skin.
Yeah, a little light
skin brothers.
But let's say now everybody's becoming albino, and now we have albino people, but then there's like another mix of white. You don't think we as humans would find something to complain about off of the other person that looks a little bit different?
Maybe, yeah. But like, dang, those albinos, man.
Yeah, because technically there is one race, which is the human race.
It's just a human race.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So, but my question is dating out of your culture, because like I said, there's one race, which is a human race, but yet we find ways to destroy each other, which is basically judging the other person because maybe we're insecure about something, within ourselves, and we have to complain. And we have to find a coping mechanism by complaining about another person that doesn't look like us, that doesn't dress like us.
Maybe that albino kid plays pretty good basketball.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, albino kid.
Yeah. But when it comes to dating, my only question is, it's hard to date nowadays as it is.
Right.
Dating in your culture already. Because we have, it's a little different now. We're becoming a little bit more modernized as far as like a society. It's a different normality. Yeah, very picky within both parties, men and women.
Yeah,
but
that's true. Yeah.
Dating out of your culture, it's a little, I would say, for me, I would find it a little harder because there's traditions involved. You have, Hispanics have traditions as far as like quinceañeras. That's tradition within the culture. I don't know if, someone within the African American, or if not,
if they have their own type of quinceañera, like a Jewish kid will have
the
a bar mitzvah.
Yeah, there you go. That's a tradition within the culture, right?
That's their quinceañera.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's a race thing because there's it's not just Mexicans that do a quinceañera. It's all Latin America. I would say now in America there's the Sweet 16 now.
Sweet 16,
that's been popularized.
I used to watch the whole Sweet 16 MTV show. Have
Oh, you
seen
did?
it?
Yeah.
I loved it. Spoiled little brats.
Right?
Oh my God, I wanted a pink one.
Right.
Like,
I think I remember seeing the girl wanted a BMX bike.
Uh-huh.
And she didn't even ride BMX. It was just a custom made BMX
Wow.
bike that she just wanted.
I just wanted one.
I was like, bro, like
That's tight.
I was like, what the heck?
Damn.
I didn't even have a regular bike. You got a BMX bike over here.
Custom made. Pink one, probably. That's
Yeah.
cool.
So as far as my question goes, it's just more off of like what would make it easier, dating within your culture or dating without. And of course, I do agree. It's good to like be open minded as far as like, hey, if you like somebody, go after them, but understand that it is going to be a little harder. The idea is don't go blindfolded into something. Just go into the idea that you might have to maybe step out of your comfort zone doing
Right.
certain things if you're going to jump into a different culture with your partner.
Get ready to be judged. That's
within
for sure.
the family,
Within the family, yes.
you have to get into the idea like, hey, it's not
gonna be easy.
It's not going to be easier as far as like, because you have to step into someone else's culture, which is traditions of like years of like family traditions,
Right, right.
And maybe you may not understand it fully, but it's something that you just have to just jump in, because if you want to make it work, that's what it is.
Yeah, some like if you have a girl that's has family, parents are very like cultured. They're gonna want you to spend like a lot of time with her parents.
Yeah,
My
100%.
mom wants you to be there at that dinner. It's a very ritual thing that we do for every month of this. Damn, I don't want like you have to be okay with that.
Yeah, and of course Hispanics are very family oriented.
Yeah.
This is something I had discussed. I don't know if it was with somebody that I was talking to, or maybe it was just a close friend of mine. But I remember just having a discussion of just the idea of arguing with somebody about why we have to go to my niece's first birthday or her baptism. Like, I don't want to have those arguments.
Right, you should understand.
You should already understand. That's that's where the question, I guess, comes through as far as like dating out of your culture. Do I want to have that type of conversation if they don't understand? Do I want to have an argument?
Do I want to spend time pretty much teaching her why
Exactly,
or
exactly.
lecturing her?
Exactly.
why
When you
this is
don't
important?
need to, like you don't want to become someone's boss or in
No,
the
no.
relationship. You don't want to become someone's like a therapist within the
Right.
relationship either. Like as far as like, hey, you're feeling bad because you went to a family reunion of
Right.
mine. So let's talk about your feelings. How
Right.
did it make you feel? Like, I don't want to go through that. Like,
Yeah, that seems like a big part of what you might go through if you go into the other people's cultures.
yeah, exactly.
A lot of questioning, a lot of acceptance, and a lot of lectures. It's like, you don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, exactly.
You should already know why this quinceañera is important.
Yeah, for the family, right?
family,
Because
yeah,
of
yeah.
course, like there are things that I do for my family that I just do it because it's in me already. Like
Right.
it's just like I have to be there because I know I'm gonna get bored. Being at a little birthday party.
Yes.
But it's family. We have to stick together.
Yeah.
That's what I was taught. That's what I'm used to.
Right.
Yet I'm sitting at a table by myself sometimes and just like on my phone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is like redundant, but at least I'm showing face, to the family.
Respect.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
respecting the family.
Yeah. So if you're going out with this girl named, let's say Stephanie, she's a white American girl. She's like, why do we have to go to this stupid party?
Exactly.
You would have to be like it's a traditional thing. I don't know. I think that's stupid. I'd rather not go.
Yeah, and of course, if you're a girl or if you're a girl seeking a guy or dating a guy right now, and he doesn't understand that, like, how long is that gonna last?
You can't change them.
Yeah, it's not. It's like you're trying to put your culture, your traditions, and you're forcing it when they're not wanting to. And at that point, I think it's already a big old red flag for both parties to say, hey, maybe, yeah, I do enjoy your time, I enjoy your conversation, but when it comes to family, that's like a big one for me.
Right.
And I don't know if I would be able to even entertain it afterwards because, in the beginning, it's honeymoon stages. Like you're still trying to get to know that person.
Doing
You're
fun activities.
Yeah. You're putting that effort.
Yeah.
But later on, that person's going to start getting a little boring. Like you already know the stories. You already know the experiences.
Yeah.
Half of the stories that she's already telling you at this time, she told you at least 10 to 20 times.
Right.
So it's becoming redundant. And how much are you able then to take in when another family reunion or another family party, another quinceañera, another baptism comes along, and she's arguing with you or him arguing with you about why are you guys going to something that he knows he's not going to be able to do anything because he's not a part of the culture, you know.
That's
because
difficult. That's difficult, man.
He's going to feel or she's going to feel outside.
Yeah,
like outside of the family. But
I mean, people want to force it, right? People want him. He's gonna change or she's gonna change. It's on their time, and if you're patient enough, and you know, if you don't care about, you know, go ahead. But
and have you dated out of your culture?
No, they're all Hispanic.
Oh,
man.
really?
They're the whole. I would just follow the same train.
Was it just I don't know? Was it subconscious or was it just something that you're just attracted to?
Well, I'm used to it, and. You know, I always liked black girls. Yeah, I always told my mom, "Oh, give me a black girl because they'll protect me." You know, they're big strong black queen.
Yeah.
You know, but I got me a Mexican wife. You know, that's still cool. That's Mexican wives are like fire breathing dragons.
Oh,
you know,
no, they're spicy, bro.
They're spicy.
They're very spicy. She's Mexican, right?
Yeah, she's Mexican, dude.
Now, going off of the Hispanic question, or not even question, it's just something that I just popped in my head.
What is it, dude?
Do you think within each Latin America,
do
you think there's like spicy, but then different spices within females of Latin America? Like there's like Guatemalans. Do you categorize them as like being hot, spicy?
Temperament wise?
Yeah, temperament. That's the idea of spicy, right?
Yeah.
You know, like you have what else? Argentinian, Salvadorians.
They on fire.
Super spicy, bro.
Super spicy. Unnecessary spicy.
Are you wanting like mild spicy?
I like a spicy girl. I like a girl
like
that gets
Dominican Republican, you know that?
I like the Mexican spicy.
Okay, Mexican spicy?
Yeah, you don't know if she's going to punch you or not.
Oh, no, bro. You like that abuse?
I like that. I like to be attacked. It's funny.
You like surprises?
I like surprises.
Surprise!
You know? Oh, damn, I never knew you got it in you.
Oh, shit. Bro.
But when you turn it on, it's hard to turn it off. You're like, oh, this girl's on fire, dude.
Now, being that you're married, is there anything that you could give a guy's advice as far as like when your girl's that spicy and she's in that mode and she's set right now? What's your what would you give a guy?
Yeah, what kind of tips would I give?
Yeah, what would you give him? Like for himself or not to calm her down? Like what do you do?
Dude, like have a safe word, everybody.
Safe word.
Have a safe word. Like, hey, just know that. Just let your partner know that, hey, man, pineapple means like calm the fuck down.
Oh, shit.
You're taking it too far. Yeah.
So that's your safe word.
Pineapple.
Oh, really? You actually use it?
I go pineapple.
Really?
Sometimes if she forgets, it's like,
oh, wow.
Like Super Saiyan, bro. Like I like my thing about me, man. I like making my girl a little spicy.
You do it on purpose.
It's been a thing. I always did it. I was growing up. I like to see girls get a little
riled up.
I like their little cave woman side of themselves. They get all like, they get angry, and I always find that fun. Like, that's cute.
You like the reaction.
I like the reaction of a woman getting angry.
Okay, but do you do it in a way where you're just trying to get that humor, like it's like a humor thing?
Have fun a little bit.
Gotcha.
I just have fun with those people.
Yeah. Like, you're trying to get that reaction towards.
Sometimes I go too far with
sometimes
female friends, and it just goes too far. Like, we're not playing no more.
Oh shit!
I think I said something that it's no bueno, dude.
Yeah, so there are times that I actually cross the line too when it comes to like humor.
Yeah,
and everyone already knows that I have a friend that's named Sarah.
Yeah.
I would say there's one occasion, and maybe I'll have to text her or call her before repeating what I said.
Right.
But it was fairly cold. But in the moment, I didn't find it cold. But then she told me later that it hurt her feelings.
Right.
And I'm like, oh shit. But when she said it out loud and sincere, and she repeated what I said, it sounded so dumb that I started laughing.
Do you remember what you said?
No, I do remember what I said, but I don't want to repeat it on the air until I ask her.
Okay.
To say, hey, could I repeat what I said? Because I know it was fairly mean.
Right.
But it wasn't mean because my intentions were never meant to hurt her in any way. But
just a throwaway, just like
yeah, it was just in the moment. It was just like a situation that happened, and we were at an event.
Just being an asshole.
Yeah, and that's what we do. We literally do that for fun. But sometimes as guys, we have different boundaries as girls.
There's a thing like we like to be assholes with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a thing. As as guys, we like to bust our balls.
Exactly, 100%.
And girls don't do that.
Well, I would say girls do it, but they do it in a way where it almost seems nice.
Yeah, like a compliment.
Yeah, they do it invertly. Like, oh, girl, that dress doesn't make you look fat. Like they're trying to beat around the bush, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But in the back of their heads, like, bitch, you look fat as you're a whale, bro. But but they don't do it directly.
Yeah.
They do it indirectly. As guys, we're just like, hey, if I find something funny or something humorous in the moment and you're around me,
let's talk some shit.
Or if I'm around another guy, I'm literally just gonna go back and forth, and I hope that you do it back and forth with me, because if not, I'm gonna look like that asshole.
It's fun when it's back and forth. It's
100%.
But it's hard to find that type of friendship though. Like it's like when we're on the same level.
Yeah. I do agree.
It's it's hard to you'll find what's a diamond in the rough.
I would say it's harder now just because guys are a little bit softer.
Yeah.
Guys get offended a little bit more. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the air. I don't know if it's the the climate.
McDonald's.
I don't know if it's the food. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I do notice that guys are a little bit more sensitive now than when I was younger. When I was younger, everything that came out of my mouth within the conversation of between me and my guy friends was like, oh, you're gay because, or you're gay because, or this is gay, or everything was gay.
Dude, you're gay.
Yeah. Exactly. And we're literally trying our best to get reactions towards one another.
Yeah, the reaction.
But of course, we were just doing it for fun. And at the end of the day, that's all we were doing. So we understood it. Of course, there was always a weak link within each group that I've ever had. And of course, every guy group understands who is the beta within the group.
Right.
And for some reason, we always team up on that person.
Right.
And it's like instinctually, we don't even talk about it.
But we don't come to an agreement.
We don't come
we're
to an
gonna
agreement.
shit on this person.
Yeah.
That's it.
And for some reason, unfortunately, it's always the fatter guy.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
The fat guy's got some good comebacks, so.
And not the ones that were in my group, bro. Not the one that was in my group.
Oh, no. Did you make a fat boy cry?
No, I'm not going to say their names because it's a small town.
Yeah.
But I remember in high school, I used to play music all through high school. So freshman year, all through college and my later years in 20s. But in high school, after football practice, I would go over to my friend's house. And it was a group of us. It was like neighbors, someone played the drums, someone played the bass, someone
neighborhood kids.
Yeah, neighborhood kids, exactly.
Cool.
And I remember I would go over one of my friend's house all the time.
Yeah.
And I remember walking into his house, and his neighbor was actually sleeping on his bed. I don't know what was going on, but he was just sleeping on his bed, and my other friend was in the kitchen or something.
Yeah.
So I walked in the bedroom. I started playing the guitar, and I was playing it lightly or whatever, and then all of a sudden, I see a dictionary, and I just got the dictionary, and my friend, I'm not nameless,
right.
The nameless friend,
person, yeah.
He basically started waking up, and once again, every other word or every other statement, every other sentence out of my mouth was, "You're gay because," or anything revolving gay.
Yeah.
And I remember I opened up the dictionary, and I was basically leaning back on the chair, and I folded my leg. And I started acting like a therapist. And I was like, "Give me a name. I wanna put a name in it." Sorry,
Gilbert.
Okay, Gilbert. So he starts waking up. His eyes are kind of like glossy still.
Yeah.
And I'm like, started flipping around the dictionary very slowly. I'm like, "So Gilbert, tell me why you're gay." And Gilbert says, "I'm not gay." And I say, "Does your mom know you're gay?" He's like, "I'm not gay."
Interesting.
And then I flipped around. It's like, interesting. How does that make you feel? Being gay. He's like, "I'm not gay."
Oh, no.
He's like, "But do you know that you're gay?" And from there, his voice started raising. "I'm not gay."
Uh-oh.
Interesting.
You're
getting emotional.
Uh-huh.
Why are you gay?
Okay.
From there, he sits up on the bed, and he looks at me. "I'm not gay."
Oh shit.
I was like, "But you sound gay."
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so that's my limit.
Right.
Okay, that's my limit already. I already got my reaction. I'm good.
You turned him up.
No, I already got the reaction that I wanted. I put the book down.
Yeah.
I was happy, but remember, his level was already there.
You already got it fired up, man.
He's already fired up. He
Yeah.
just woke up from a nap. I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
Sleeping in my my other friend's bed.
Yeah, that was weird. But
my friend, that's gonna stay nameless too,
Yeah.
walks into the room.
Uh-oh.
I'm guessing because he heard him getting a little loud.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What's going on, you guys?" And I just basically said, "I don't know. He's just acting gay." And of course, he's already heated.
Right.
He's already heated. So of course, once again, unconsciously, and I was 14 years old. I was very young, so I didn't know limits and
Young.
boundaries
Young.
as much as I do now. But
Young, dumb, full of
we're
cum.
so, yeah, 100%, bro. My nameless friend that just came from the kitchen basically just started looking at Gilbert. Was it Gilbert?
Yeah, Gilbert. Our buddy Gilbert.
Our buddy Gilbert, and basically then started where I was leaving off. But remember, I had started slowly.
Yeah.
And he was already overheated already.
Right,
and I
right.
was already backing off.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's the limit. I got my reaction. I got my...
Chill, bro. You're not gay. I get it. Dude. You walk away. Yeah.
So, of course, Nameless, the neighbor, came in and he started now building off of that, knowing that he's already heated.
So he heard it.
He heard it, but now
came in. Now he started
now
pouncing on him.
it's his turn.
Who's gay here? Who the fuck's gay? Are you gay?
Yeah, basically what you just said. And of course, that's where Gilbert sits up and starts choking my neighbor, choking him. And of course, because he was the bigger guy, chubbier,
the chubby fat guy, he was angry.
He was angry, and of course
I'm fucking gay.
And even when he was choking him,
jeez,
me and the guy that was being choked were laughing, which made him more mad.
Damn.
And I'm like, bro, that's the story of guys, though.
He's just like that is a story of guys. I have many stories like that.
Yeah, exactly. But that's kind of where I remember that
it's more not like that no more.
More frequently than now. And of course, I wouldn't go to that extent anymore.
Yeah.
Back then, like I said, we were very young, and we just didn't really understand how far a joke could go, and we're just kids. Like literally, we're barely learning how to kind of like put each other in each other's place, I would say. Like, okay, I know you're the alpha, I know you're the beta, I know you're the other kid that, like,
I felt safe around a man before. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I felt real safe. I was like, okay, if shit were to go down, he got my back.
But those friends, as far as like the ones that I'm talking about, those are my closest friends, even till this day.
Wow.
And since we had played music for so many years, every now and then they'll come down because they live in the valley now. They're either married, another guy's just full-time job. And we basically, when we have a conversation, it starts where we left off as far as like when we were younger. Like we go back and forth, but hard on each other.
Right.
Like literally how...
You remember that one time, dude, we stuck a broom up your ass? Dude! How to get surgery? Dude?
Yeah,
tell you guys about
we
that.
have so many stories that involves like physical injuries towards one another.
Torture.
Very torturous. Like, okay, who's gonna do the next thing? And like I said, it was that type of friendship, but we always knew it was for fun. Of course, every now and then someone would get very mad and then come back, whatever. But that's what the friendships were at that time. And like you said, now it's a little bit harder because, it's just like you either don't really know the person in front of you until you push certain limits, and then you're like, oh shit, I did go a little overboard for that person, but not for me, because in my head, I've gotten so used to, a type of friendship that it's just a little bit different. Which I
mean, you're a grown ass adult now. It's like you can't be saying dick jokes to like another grown man. Like I don't know, man. How long does it take for you to start feeling comfortable to say some dick jokes?
Yeah. On certain levels, I would say, if you're in certain environments, of course, you're not going to go into a business meeting and talk about a bunch of dicks. But if you're like in a podcast, or if you're like maybe out drinking beers, or maybe getting some food with some friends, I'm like, all right, have at it, But of course,
dick away. Get on with your dick jokes.
Exactly, but there are different conversations for different locations. And I think overall we're overthinking, and I think overall we're over-censoring ourselves now. Yeah. So now we're too scared to speak how we really want to speak to either our friends, because maybe they have a friend that might get offended, or we're around too many people where we might offend the people around us.
Don't say that in front of me, bro. What do you mean?
Yeah, because they're scared that because you're saying it and they're not saying it, they might get judged off of what you're saying, and I see it more on podcasts too, because I watch like Tiger Belly. I watch like Bad Friends and Bobby Lee's on that one too.
Right. Yeah. I like that.
They banter at each other as far as like they go hard. But even then, I know Bobby Lee has gotten backlash because he does say outlandish things on his episodes, and he's basically like, "Oh, I don't want to say it." So he's censoring himself.
Yeah.
And he's basically saying it off of, like he's a comedian. Like I understand there are certain things that we understand society. We shouldn't be saying things because it might affect certain things or certain people in a certain way.
It triggers them. A word might trigger them. Flashbacks.
Yeah, exactly. But
mine was like huevo de oro, dude. Somebody said that. I was like, what the fuck?
That's your trauma?
That's my trauma. Take me back. Huevos de oro. You know my dad. I'll be freaking out, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what I was going after with Bobby Lee, because he talks a lot about his dad.
Yeah.
How his dad was very abusive. How his dad would actually hit him with a golf stick.
Yeah.
Like he was very, very abusive, but he brought it into his humor as far as like how he uses it or how he's coping with the traumas that his dad has given him. Yeah. He's used it as comedy, but even doing that, it's almost like he has to self-censor himself off of his own experience. And it's very sad too, because it's almost like he's using his podcast almost like therapy to like kind of like speak what he wants to talk about, like his feelings and all that stuff. But he's not going to talk about like, I'm feeling sad or
no,
that kind of thing. He's doing it in a way where it's comedic. It's very
funny,
entertaining.
Jokes.
And it brings him joy because, being comedic, you get that energy back off of the reaction.
Yeah, it's
just
fun.
like when we used to make fun of our friends.
Yeah.
Like that reaction, hey, you're gay, and then they'll get mad, and then vice versa. But now it's a little bit different because the environment and it's
money's behind the project too now. So when you got investors,
products, you got products now, you got investors.
Yeah, you live in a comfortable life. Like Bobby Lee has a nice mansion house.
Yeah, exactly. He has very independent. Both podcasts are making money.
He's making money now. He's going to make movies now.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's out there. So I get it in that sense. You got to be professional. You work. You got money coming your way.
Yeah.
But like it's just sad though. Like you said, like he used that platform as therapy.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of comedians are getting a little bit scared when it comes down to their comedy now, because back in the day where Richard Pryor was around, he was going off the rails when it came to comedy, and you could kind of see it where Dave Chappelle has kind of spoken about it too, like when it comes to comedians like self-censoring. Yeah. Also, Joe Rogan has spoken about it too, where they're almost like too timid now to kind of break these the limit of comedy, where now comedy is becoming a little dull because you're almost repeating or recycling jokes
like
in a different way. Yeah, you're not coming up with nothing new. Yeah. And when comedy was at its peak, it was literally because people that were going to these shows understood where they were going. They're not going to a politician's speech, or they're not going to a sermon. But for some reason, people still see and view comedians as a pastor or some sort of like I don't know, philosopher.
He knows the truth. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. But in reality, it's just
not anymore.
Yeah, it's just literally comedy though.
It's just tap dancing.
Yeah, it's literally
vaudeville.
Yeah, but you're the comedian in our group.
Yes, I'm the comedian, man.
Do you see that as far as like in your group or your environment?
Yeah, I see it in definitely. I see it in the specials on Netflix or HBO. I see how it's kind of like squeaky clean now. Even though they try to push the boundaries, it's still kind of like it's still kind of cringe. It's kind of not as bold as it used to be.
Yeah, but even trying to grow a platform now, because like people get shadow banned if you say something, that someone doesn't agree with. It could be that it wasn't over the top, but it was just something that someone disagreed with as far as like what you said or how you said it.
Yeah.
And then they push the, like advisory or whatever, like whatever they do to like give you the warning. And then now you get a check mark or not a check mark or whatever.
This video is disturbing. Would you like to proceed? Yes or no?
Yeah, exactly.
That's good. If you had the option to watch this now, now it's just like, you never know. You got to walk on eggshells at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, man. It's complicated. It seems like a complicated thing.
Yeah.
And it's only going to get better or worse?
I don't know.
Think it's getting better?
I would say that things are kind of getting better, kind of, but it's still more like the normality at one point was like where you could say whatever you wanted to say. Like even if you weren't trying to actually hurt someone's feelings, because I think a couple years ago, Kevin Hart had tweeted something about his son, if his son was gay or something like that.
I'll pick the
Something like that. But that was like in the early, I would say 2010.
Yeah.
When, you know, Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and now Threads weren't really around or weren't very prevalent. And then all of a sudden I think he was going to do the Grammys.
Yes, Oscars.
Or the Oscars.
Grammys.
Yeah.
He was going to host the show.
Yeah, he was going to host the show and they basically pulled him out.
Because of that old tweet.
Because of that old tweet.
Yeah.
But already understanding who his character is off of, you know, like his new comedy.
Right. You base what he's doing currently.
Yeah, currently. But they were judging him off of what he had said in the past.
Seems personal.
In a way where you understand that he wasn't actually saying it.
Right.
To like actually say, hey, this is what I really mean.
To insult, to hurt people. He's just being a comedian.
He was being a comedian.
Writing the joke down.
That's what comedians did at that point. You know, like I said, Richard Pryor, he went crazy.
Yeah, Richard Pryor was unique, man. He really tell you the depths of his soul. Like it may not be funny, but he's just saying the truth.
Exactly, and I think that's what comedy is. It's storytelling, you know, like off of experiences.
Who you are as a person.
Yeah, and you're basically trying to tell that experience off of a way where it's bringing joy off of your traumas.
Yeah,
you're trying to bring joy to other people. But like I said, there are now people that are trying to censor people to say, hey, I don't appreciate it the way that you said it. I'm in my feelings right now, and knowing that you're a comedian.
Yeah,
knowing that they're a comedian.
Take it too personal.
They take it way too personal. So now every single person that's trying to come up is self-censoring because, of course, everyone wants to eat.
Yeah.
You know, that's the whole idea of being an artist.
And the comedy game is awesome, man. I mean, it's big money. You do your podcast, you got your audience, and then you sell ticket price. You know, it's just big money, and everybody wants to do it. Everybody's doing it now.
Yeah, I think more people are doing it just because social media.
And now it's squeaky clean. Now you can regurgitate other jokes that you heard before. Nobody cares if you're stealing jokes anymore, man. Nobody cares about the same way hip hop looked at ghostwriters. If you had a ghostwriter, that you're going, you know, you're whack. You don't write your shit. You're not a real rapper.
Yeah.
Now it seems like in the comedy world, like they'll just regurgitate any old joke from older comedians and then say the same joke but differently. But I mean, that's what got Carlos Mencia canceled. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, I think Carlos Mencia came about where his cancellation was a little bit further in before social media.
Before that, all that.
I think
MySpace stage.
Yeah,
probably.
I think with him was more personal because a lot of the comedians at that point were under him, and he was basically going into like the open mic nights and taking jokes, or if not, going into other venues or whatever they were called, or bars or wherever they were doing the comedy.
Yeah,
and he was basically, like you said, regurgitating the exact same joke, but the following week or whatever. And even Bobby Lee had stated that he had taken a joke from him, and he was one of his closest friends. Yeah. And from there, I think at the time, Joe Rogan had filmed Bobby Lee outside asking him, like, hey, what do you think about, Mencia stealing jokes? And Bobby Lee had said it out loud, but he was saying it jokingly, knowing or thinking that it wasn't going to be posted, or at the time, no one really knew what viral was. So, YouTube was barely coming up. I think it was on some other platform. It wasn't YouTube. They posted it on something else.
Like on a website, a blog post or something?
Yeah, something like that. And then, of course, later on, Ari Shaffir came out, started speaking about how he had stolen a couple of jokes. Other comedians started popping out. And literally, little by little, like his credibility just started dwindling. And, of course, that whole incident with Joe Rogan and him on stage where he confronted him, saying, hey, why are you stealing my friend's jokes? And you're not even Mexican. Your real name is, I forgot.
Ned.
Ned, there you go.
Yeah, Ned.
And then that went viral.
That was before viral was a thing.
Yeah, now that went viral.
That's crazy.
And that was even before Joe Rogan was Joe Rogan, too.
Yeah, it's so messed up, though. Like, after that, Carlos Mencia's career just tainted, dude. He just went down the tank, and he lost a lot of money. He lost his image, got ruined.
Yeah, his image definitely got ruined.
And maybe that came along with, it's just he was feeling up a lot of emotions, cutting people, bumping them. Probably people were just jealous of him making a lot of money. It's like
I think he had a lot of I would, because he was on Bobby Lee's podcast.
Yeah.
I think it was last year, the ends of last year.
Yeah.
And they were really trying their best, Kalila and Bobby, to kind of bring it out as far as naturally as possible, where he could kind of like almost say, okay,
Humbly. Yeah. Like
you know,
humble,
okay,
yeah.
I might have taken some premises, but I might have done it by accident. And I'm now apologizing to those that I might have taken some income, because when you're that big of a comedian and you're saying a joke,
Yeah.
they're hearing it first off of your sitcom, off of your special, you know, off of your little whatever they're hearing it on. And those that are coming up, they're barely trying to come up and they're trying to feed their families as well.
Yep.
So he's taking income from those comedians, but I think he just kept saying, no, I didn't steal. I could prove it because I have receipts and all this other stuff. And I think after that podcast, Bobby Lee had another podcast right after, and they spoke about it a little bit, how they really wanted him to almost admit that he had stolen or maybe copied a couple of actual
comedians,
you
jokes,
know, a couple jokes, so that his image could now, you know, like now
take
you're
him out of the darkness, dude.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Now you could transition.
Yeah, like we can help you out. Let's you know, I'm not sure if they even talked about it before they went on the show.
I think overall he already understands that any type of podcast, because he was on another podcast.
He came in strong, like he kind of just took over the show.
I think that's his personality.
Yeah,
his personality is already a showman, you know.
Yeah,
like
it's hard to see him humble and say, "Yeah, I stole the jokes. Forgive me for taking money out of people's." Like, I don't know, man. That's
but overall, I think if he would have admitted at least to have said, "Hey, maybe I did," you know, at least even saying maybe. Because he basically straight out said, no, I never did. This never happened. I would have never done that because I'm this type of person. You're digging yourself in a bigger hole than you're already in. And I think what Bobby was trying to do is trying to help him out, because at the time, he basically helped him out in his move up, you know, because he was his opener. He would take him, I think he bought him a car at some point, you know, when he didn't have money. So he's a close friend of his overall, and I think Bobby Lee was like, okay, I understand what everyone else is saying, I know the truth, but I want to hear it from you. And I think his transition to startup was that point, but for some reason his ego took over. And his basic
got ramped up.
Yeah, he's like, no, I didn't tell you, I didn't do it.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna die with this, you know. Like, and he was on another podcast, same thing. The actual host had said, why don't you just say and admit finally, so that you could finally move forward with your life? Because it's already been years. It's been years.
So what does that tell you? Like, a man holding his ground, saying, "No, I didn't do that for so long." Now at this point, you're like, dude, like your career is not looking good. Like, you play by the rules and just say that you messed up and took the jokes and let's move on. But he holds his ground so strong, almost confidently.
I think overall,
is he crazy?
I think sometimes when you lie for so many years, that lie becomes your reality.
Wow.
And that lie becomes your truth.
Wow.
So unfortunately, I think that's where he's now in, where he's lied for so many years and repeated the same story.
That happens to a lot of people, huh?
That happens to a lot of people, and I think that's what happened with Carlos Mencia. And unfortunately, that
it's our Carlos Mencia, dude.
I would have him on GTM.
Yeah,
that would be amazing, bro.
Tell him, come over here. We'll take all your lies. That'd be crazy, dude. Dude, yeah. I mean, one comedian has told, said on his podcast, he's like, all the jokes that I talk about is basically about me. Mm-hmm. It's my life.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me I'm wrong because I'm telling you what I experienced. So there's no way I could be wrong.
Yeah.
So it's like, just talk about yourself. That's pretty simple as that.
Yeah, exactly.
Have fun with it. I don't know.
And I guess comedy at that time was a little bit harder. So even George Lopez had a little bit of backlash as well. Not trying to support other comedians that were under him. And like you said, coming in and basically putting barriers for other Hispanic comedians, allegedly. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is allegedly. And of course, other comedians have come out and said the same thing.
Yep.
I think the recent one was with
George Lopez.
George Lopez, but what's the young guy, the young comedian, Barboza, yeah. He had someone had mentioned him. He's like, well, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Like dismissing the idea there's another Hispanic.
That was George
comedian.
Lopez. Yeah,
exactly. But back then, like we said, it was a little bit different because it was almost like you were coming up so hard because it was hard for the opportunity, either because you're Hispanic or because you're Asian, and you came up to a level where you think you did it yourself. So now you don't want to believe that other people helped you out along the lines. But in reality, every stepping stone, there was someone with you, regardless if it was just a friend, giving you advice, or a family member basically picking you up because you're having a hard day.
People switch up though, bro. People switched up. George Lopez probably had to do it on his own.
That's what I'm saying. He did it on his own, but there's always someone there next to you.
Almost someone. But the people that came up with him are probably still with him. You know what I mean? People that were with him in the beginning probably start sliding off, either because like, oh, George, you're not going to help me out. Like, why am I going to help you out? I work fucking hard for this act. I created this act. I'm the showcase. So like, why am I just going to give you free money?
Yeah.
Come on, man. I helped you. Yeah. And then he starts losing friends along the way.
Yeah. I do agree on that too. As far as like, you shouldn't do things because you feel obligated. You should do them because you're wanting to. Like, it's like it's in you. Like, if you're wanting to give them back, as far as like whatever they gave you, do it because you want to, not because you have to.
Yeah,
because then the person that was giving it to you was with the condition of like, hey, I'm going to get that back.
Yeah.
That whatever money or income or opportunity back, and it's not genuine anymore. But what I'm saying is that at any level that you come in, like even with my business, like I always acknowledge everybody that I started with, as far as like when it comes to clients those that don't even use me at this point, I will still thank that client from the beginning. That first client was my stepping stone to getting another client and to getting another client. So I'll always thank and give thanks to even those clients, because we don't just come up automatically. There has to be somebody there like that's motivating you, like giving you props or giving you that opportunity or giving you that route or option. And you have to remember that. And even if it's just a small opportunity, it's an opportunity. And I think that's kind of what people were getting mad at George Lopez for not acknowledging the comedian. Because a comedian like George Lopez, by just announcing on his podcast, hey, I know this new comedian coming up. He's in his early 20s. Go check him out. That's all he needed to do. It's just announcing him.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then from there, it would just moved on. But because in his head, I did all myself. No one helped me out. I built this type of platform. It sounds very selfish.
I did it myself. Was that a rapper, Russ?
I don't know.
I did it myself. I didn't know. That's the whole mentality, though, that they've been spreading. I did it myself. No, you don't need nobody, bro. You don't need nobody. You ever heard that? You ever heard those motivation? No.
No, I heard
they called you a monster.
I know. What was it, Snoop Dogg? But he did it in a comedic way where he's like, "I like to think myself."
Oh yeah.
That one.
But there's those serious ones, man. You on your own. Fuck him. Fuck him. Like fuck him. It's just so crazy, dude.
Yeah, but that to me is like it's very negative, at the end of the day. Like,
you don't want to bring negative energy to drive you, right?
There's a lot of resentment when it comes down to that type of rhetoric. Like I said, there's always a beginning, and it's just not yourself. There's always somebody. There's always a stranger. There's always, there's something that pushed you in a direction that you went into to make you either famous or make you successful or, got you into that marriage that you always wanted. Yeah. There's always a moment that you have to recognize that it wasn't just yourself, and I think that's what a lot of people don't recognize now, because we're very in this, it's all about myself.
Yeah.
Society kind of thought process,
me.
Exactly. And I think we have to kind of step back from that and then just acknowledge that there's more people around us, and it's just very sad too, because the more that we advance when it comes to technology, I feel like we're kind of like separating from one another, because the idea of the phone was to communicate with somebody that maybe is on the other side of the world, right? And to bring us closer. But for some reason now, when I have this phone, I'm distracted and you're right next to me.
Yeah.
So I feel further away from you.
Yeah.
Rather than being closer to you, I'm now
far away, dude.
Far away.
Even though you're right next to me, you texting me.
Exactly. Exactly.
Even though
bro.
you're next to me,
Yeah.
Even though you're next to me, you texting me. No.
Yeah.
No, man.
Yeah, but that's kind of where we're headed right now. And like I said, hopefully it changes soon because, you have a daughter
Yeah.
and you would at least want her to at least experience certain things that you experienced as a kid because we didn't have things like a cell phone to distract us
got a
24/7 or a tablet or a smart TV.
N64, that's it.
Yeah, exactly. But
Super Nintendos.
but we had like one game or two games,
right. We didn't have stacks. So.
We didn't have a library yet.
No,
we didn't have a library. We have the Switch now, which is here, and this holds so many games that I play maybe once or twice, and I'll get to the second level. I'm like, I'm bored.
Yeah, same here. I can't get my mind into a video game. I can't commit to it.
It's so hard now.
It's hard. It's not too fun for me.
We have too many options.
Is that what it is?
Too
Is
many
this what
options.
ruins the fun of that?
100%. 100%. Because I remember playing Mega Man X. And I remember just running through that whole game.
Yeah.
And then going back and trying to find the secrets, like the secret levels and the secret pathways to get different things, like different items. And it would take time, to navigate little worlds in here and there and
spend
stuff.
some hours.
Like you would have to really focus on the maps in your head.
Yeah.
Now they give you the maps on the side and everything. Now you could go on YouTube and search the cheat codes and everything.
Where's the hidden key?
Right?
Where's all the good stuff?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but what I'm saying with your daughter is that I hope that we do kind of recognize these things because at some point I'm going to have kids, and I want them to have somewhat of a childhood as far as like not in the means of finances because I didn't grow up in a wealthy family, I would say, but I liked my childhood in the way where I was outside with my friends.
Yeah.
When we were bored, we would come up with games.
Summertime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Summertime games, bro.
Summertime games, outside riding bikes.
Skateboards, water balloon fights.
Parents should encourage that. Parents should recognize and go, you know what? Get the water balloons for the kids. Get the water guns.
Yeah. Just go outside.
Just go let the kids have fun, man. That's so much fun.
Take that energy, all that energy, just have fun with your friends. You're only kid once.
Yeah, man.
At some point, you're going to be stuck in an office, and then you're going to be in front of a screen all day.
What's the hurry?
Why do you want to do that while I was a kid,
Yeah.
Like, do you have any memories as a kid, like, where you made up a game and you still remember it till this day?
Wow, a made-up game?
Yeah.
It's not made up. I guess it's like you smelt it, you dealt it.
I remember that one.
Like
How did that go?
You have to run and grab the doorknob or something. Doorknob.
Yeah.
That's it, right? Yeah. Doorknob, and you don't get the doorknob, you get socked up.
Yeah. There's more games like that too with the with the what is it called? Butts Up 7-Up, something like that.
Butts Up 7-Up.
Something like that with the
Thumbs Up 7-Up. Or?
No. It was like the blue ball, the handball, where you would hit it, and basically whoever it would touch or whatever would get socked or whatever. Like, so you would throw it on the wall, and then I forgot how it would go. Like, you would throw it, and you would have to run to the wall. So at that time, your friends are all gathering, like waiting for you to throw it so they could start punching you.
Damn.
I don't know if you remember that. It was
maybe.
It was like in junior high.
Sounds like a prison game.
It was really bad. It was a very violent, bro.
Who learned this one?
Very violent.
My Uncle Felipe learned it in prison.
I don't know who learned it, but I remember that one. That one was harsh one.
Dude, I remember summers where we'll buy these Radio Shack walkie-talkies. They're like $10, $15. Comes with two. And it has like this radio frequency where you could just chat with people with other walkie-talkies. And we just talk to random strangers.
Oh, wow.
Grown-ass men.
Yeah.
Or kids doing the same thing we're doing. Or like a bunch of weirdos.
Yeah.
Dude. Like we just talk shit to them. It's so fun, man.
Yeah.
And my summer times were great. I liked them playing soccer, basketball, my bad. And listen to, what's his name? What's that Mexican rapper? Summertime.
I know who you're talking about.
Lil Rob.
Yeah, Little Rob. Yeah.
Listen to Lil Rob. Yeah, it's summertime song, man. It was good times, man. Summertime, man.
Yeah, the good old times, bro. Good old times. Yeah. But like I said, hopefully your daughter gets to experience something similar to that, where she's not indoors all day. She has built friendships.
Yeah.
At a young age too, because I started building my friendships at the age 5, I think.
Wow.
Where they were neighborhood kids, and we basically grew up with each other until like maybe 14, 15, and then people started moving out of the neighborhood. And of course, at that time, we were already going into high school. So our mindset was already trying to meet girls, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, I do remember those friendships where like they would come over every day, or I would go over every day. Sleepovers,
pizza night.
Yeah, exactly. Or we're just chill in the yard, like just talking.
On the grass, chill,
yeah,
dude.
just talking about random stuff or making fun of each other.
I think there's still youth that do that. I hope these youth do it. I mean, it's too hot to do it right now.
I think it's a little bit different now because they're doing it online. It's a different way of communicating. And I do know that there are kids that do communicate in person, but it's almost meant where they have to be in a team, or they're maybe skater kids, where they have to be outside, and it's a community where you don't really have to be friends, but it's just like because you have so many commonalities and enjoyment off of a hobby, you're going to interact with that person to person. But not everybody has a hobby, when it comes down to like a skateboard, or maybe you're into photography and your kid's meeting another kid that's into photography and they're outside taking photos. It's very rare now because now everything's very popularized online, gaming, Twitch, all that kind of stuff. And I do see the difference between how when you communicate with someone's younger, like in their early 20s, I'm not even talking teens, I'm talking early 20s where they're no longer looking at you in the eye. They're kind of slouching a little bit more. They're kind of very insecure as far as like who they are in person.
Really?
But I'm pretty sure if you put them in front of a game, and even if they're showing their face with a webcam or whatever, they're really loud and obnoxious, and their personality comes out because now that's the reality, that they've experienced as a younger kid going into their 20s. But knowing them in person or getting to know them in person, it's almost like they don't know how to act in front of people anymore.
It's like, I'm the real me on the internet. What do you mean by that? I'm more me there.
Yeah.
What are you in real life? Scared.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, that sucks.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to figure things out as far as like the next generation, if they were gonna build themselves up or their parents are gonna.
It's gonna be easy for China to come through and just wreck it all.
Yeah, yeah. Well, your daughter's 3. She's gonna turn 5 in 2 years.
Yeah,
she's gonna start kindergarten. She's gonna now notice how kids are acting even at that young age, because when I was that age, I was fairly open to just have friends. Like, oh, hi, my name is Irvin, and now we're friends.
Yeah.
Like everyone was friends at that young age. No one really cared.
Friend, yeah.
Exactly. We're best friends within an hour, and now, we get mad at each other. And
exactly. Pull it on your hair.
Yeah.
No te dejas, mijo. He's my friend.
Yeah. But now kids are more shy now, like.
They don't want to get too close to each other.
Yeah, they're very scared, like, hey, it's a face and he's not wearing a mask. That kind of thing. I'm
3
like,
years old, don't know how to talk.
Yeah, bro.
You're like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. So
doesn't know how to talk, but knows how to do these TikTok dances.
Right.
What's your kid doing? Just
very trendy.
He's trending. He's trending right now. He's so funny.
But I'm pretty sure you're gonna start to see the difference between, like how we grew up, because you're gonna recognize it in your daughter's experience, and she's gonna tell you everything, at a young age. Like, oh, like it was very quiet, like a library. They're just having us sit there, and maybe we have a tablet now, and now that's how kids learn. You know, like they don't recognize facial expressions. They recognize maybe like a cartoon, and the cartoon's now teaching like it's a frog, and that's the only way that they'll keep them in focus now at that point.
Yeah, dude, I just came back from a dance club not so long ago.
A dance club.
It was like it was a weekend music day.
Interesting.
All weekend the music.
Okay.
The artist the weekend.
Yeah.
So it was all his music, all his whole catalog, and it was just a bunch of super fans, a bunch of chicks, a lot of young girls there. And they didn't really do much, dude. They didn't attempt to dance. They were just there standing still. It seems like prom night, on the corner of the wall. Maybe they didn't get lit up yet, but it's too early. But these seemed pretty shy, dude.
Wow.
I was like, I saw 2 people only dance. I'm like, okay, that's good. But like nobody really.
That's interesting.
Dancing. They just like.
And girls are very into the dancing though.
Yeah.
Like, since I was little, they would always get into, hey, the music, dance floor. That is like just instinctually. Like they don't care. Like they're just all into. They want to move their hips.
Yeah, they want to just dance. It's just natural and just to move their hips.
Yeah, but it's very interesting to hear that.
Oh Jesus,
bro, what are you doing?
My bad. My phone fell.
Just breaking stuff over there, bro.
My bad.
My bad. Too excited.
Dude, we do have a phone call though.
All right, bro. Let's do it. I love these phone calls.
Dude.
Bro, they're funny.
Okay.
They're hilarious.
Here we go.
I'm loving that people are getting involved with our pod.
I'm excited. Here we go. Let's see what this guy's from. I think he's. Let's see. I'm excited.
Hey, what's up, GGM? My name is Ryu. I'm 30 years old from Glendale, Valley Boy. Question
Okay,
though.
valid
I've been
one.
going out with this one chick about 1 month now, and like she's making me feel different. Like I've never felt this before,
Huh.
like in a long time.
Okay.
I'm thinking about marriage already, guys.
shit.
Marriage, huh?
I'm in love, GTM. Please let me know if I'm too thirsty right now. Let me know.
He's hydrated, bro.
He needs to chill out,
Hey,
bro.
what's up, GTM?
Oh,
Oh
no.
shit. Damn.
So what are your thoughts, Enrique? Could you give this poor man?
Hey man, don't go over the hills with this lady. She's going out 1 month. Y'all talking about marriage. You want to marry this girl? No, dude, no. Did you hear us about? There's a lot to talk about there, man. I mean, just drink your water, go out for some run, think
There you go.
about it. You know, take her out. I don't know, man. Like, there's a lot of women out there. Don't be get all marriage like and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's a little sensitive right now.
Yeah, he wants to get married, buddy. What do you think about
And
that?
this is
man?
coming in from a married guy already.
Yeah, this is.
But it didn't take a month for him to actually decide to get married.
Yo, take your time, man. Don't be crazy.
Yeah.
Might be his first girlfriend.
It could be. There's a lot of single guys now. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of guys that are a little desperate right now, trying to find some sort of validation with a significant another person. And unfortunately, because it's so hard to find that significant other at this point for guys, I would say, it's just like, well, they're taking whatever they can.
Yeah, don't do it, buddy.
And
Don't
then,
do
of
it.
course, because they don't get that validation enough from the female counterpart, they feel like that person that they're now looking at, it's the genuine, and it could be genuine, but in reality, the retrospect is that because you have been so thirsty for so many years that the small drop of any type of
Yeah,
water.
the first girl that gives you a water bottle.
Yeah. And it could be any type of water. It could be from the Rio Grande from Mexico, you know.
Yeah,
it,
dude.
it could give you diarrhea, bro.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You never know.
You know, drink some Fuji water, you know. There's Aquafina.
Yeah.
You know, like you have to get that filter in your house.
Get yourself some clean water, buddy. Take a walk. Talk to your mom about this. Don't be getting married in Vegas.
Well, I think the idea is that he's falling in love, or
Yes.
he feels like he's falling in love after a month of dating.
Yeah.
What is your thought as far as like the idea of love, though?
Ooh. It's it could get like emotional, but all that again, it's a chemical experience, right? Your dopamines are rising. This is something different, something new.
Yeah.
And it gets you excited and you kind of ignore the red flags, right?
100%. You're going in blind.
You're going in blind
You're
and
going in
happy
blind.
with a smile. Like, yeah, I'm alive. But dude, it's just the honeymoon stage. That's why people made that up. That's a real thing. So you're all caught up in that mess. So I wouldn't. You know, I felt that before.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I get this girl gave me attention. This is it. Then she leaves you hanging, and you're like, okay,
No, bro. She ghosted you.
ghosted me, man. I guess those rejections do help you, man.
They do. They build callus.
Yeah, and you're okay of like getting rejected. Move on, dude. But like,
Yeah. Any type of rejection, of course, it's always gonna hurt.
Yeah.
It's just a human, emotion that we all feel. But as guys, we have to kind of build certain calluses, like you said. And for this guy, the advice that I would give him, like, take your time, like you said as well. I would honestly tell him, when it comes to him and his feelings at this point, understand that you may have some sort of love for this girl, and it could be genuine, but it's not actual love the way that you want it to be, because love comes through experience. Love, that type of love that you're trying to almost explain to us that you're feeling,
Yeah.
it's built through time.
Yeah.
It's built through the hard times that you may go through with your partner, and also the good times. And off of that, your that feeling then builds off of what you're trying to explain to us, what you're feeling right now. But what you're feeling right now is literally just it's an idea, it's a facade, it's just
it's fairy tales, man.
it's fairy tales 100%.
Yeah, you're talking to a man that's just probably hearing this and going in one ear, going out the other. Mm-hmm. He's in love. He's hypnotized.
He's very
drugged.
hypnotized. Yeah, and it's a very dangerous, for a lot of guys, because what if he's an engineer? I don't know his life,
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to Harvard right now. He's gone through all the courses and he's about to graduate, but now he got distracted by this girl because he never got the validation or attention from other girls.
Yeah.
And finally, this girl, maybe she's a librarian, or maybe she's someone that he met walking at a, at a park or something.
Yeah.
And finally, he got the courage, or he got her number and they got on a couple of dates, and that's been a month now.
Yeah.
But of course, it's not the same thing for her than it is for him.
Yeah.
Because a month for anybody, that's way too soon. I would say to this kid, he's not a kid, he's 30 years old.
Yeah.
Take your time, like we said. Understand what it is, and what it is that you have love for this girl, but it's not you're in love with her.
There you go.
It's just like, it's not that. Just focus on whatever it is that you're focusing on. Hopefully,
your goals.
it's good.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's good. Yeah, exactly. And then from that, then you'll know through time if whatever it is that you're feeling right now, if it's honest. But yeah, that's just my advice.
There you go, Ryu. There you go. Just take your time.
Yeah.
I know you're not listening to us right now because you're like, fuck you guys. You know? So, Ryu, have fun. Have fun. Don't think about marriage yet.
Yeah.
What's your goal, man? Remember your goal. Don't give up.
Don't give up on your dreams, bro.
Don't give up on your dreams for some pussy.
Right, because it gets harder after you get it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's not.
Your dreams will dwindle after you start to realize, hey, it's getting boring.
Yeah, dude. Take it easy, buddy. You're young. You're young. Be a silver fox. Young ladies like that.
Right,
silver fox. Damn, man.
All right. Thank you, Ryu, for calling in.
Yes, sir.
And
yes,
for
sir.
any other questions that anybody wants to call us in, please DM us or contact us on our private, or if not I would send out private, our personal IGs, and we'll definitely answer
Hit
your
us
questions.
up on the GTM, man. Slide into the DMs. Let us know what's up.
Yeah. Woo. Do we have any videos that we want to kind of go after, or do you just wanna...
Let's see. We got this right here. We got a video. Should I give some context to this?
Yeah.
All right. So this is a fella right here. He is gonna be hitting on some guy's girl live.
What?
Yeah. So you're gonna see a transition of like he dismasculates the other guy. Like, I'm taking you a girl.
Oh shit.
You ready for this?
Oh no, bro.
Let's get to it, buddy. Come on.
I can't add her because I don't see her name anywhere. I don't see her name anywhere.
They said he's scared. He doesn't want cop. He's ducking. I would be ducking too.
And
I would be ducking too.
I don't want to be annoying. This is my third time requesting him.
Yeah, I think it's because he thinks you're.
So that's the
coming.
boyfriend right there.
Oh, okay.
That's the girlfriend. That's the dude right there.
Giuliano?
Giuliano.
That's me. Everyone's been telling me to go live with you.
I know everyone's been telling us to go live with you.
Why?
Wait,
Do you
no.
prefer to be called Juliano or Giuliano?
I mean, with a sexy face like that, you can call me whatever you want.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
Juliano. My name's Jack. I just want to make it known that this beautiful young lady right is my property and she's my wife.
You
Don't
hear
say
that?
it like that.
Damn, bro.
You saw how he tried to deepen his voice? Hey.
She's
My
my
wife.
property, bro.
She's my wife, Damn, that's crazy. Why would you say that? That's crazy.
I just want to make it known
You hear that?
Yeah.
Make it known. Hey. He tried to bust the alpha thing here.
this beautiful young lady right is my property and she's my wife.
Don't say it like that, but
Not like that. But she's my wife.
Oh. Sorry for saying she's pretty.
Thank you.
well, I appreciate it.
What's your name, bro?
My name is Jack.
Jack?
Jack.
Sweet. Well, Jack, sorry to break it to you, but I'm gonna have to steal your shorty real quick.
What the fuck?
What?
He got him giggling too.
Hold on, you guys. That was really smooth.
That's kind of a thing he does.
I think I now see why everyone wanted me to go live with you. Because you're beyond beautiful.
Look at the guy's face.
I can't lie.
He's so
And Jack, my boy, you gonna have to skedaddle type nectar, you know what I'm saying?
She's all like, oh.
She's smitten.
You kind of look like The Weeknd now that I really listen to you.
Damn.
He's getting all the love. Look
Oh
at
my
him.
god, bro.
Whatever you want, shorty.
He called me.
What are you mixed with? Like, you look like you just straight from heaven type nectar. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
shit, bro.
Nectar? Yeah, I'm not sure what nectar is.
Oh my gosh, he's retarded, bro. No.
It's your new favorite thing.
No wonder he's being able to get her, bro. She's kind of dumb.
Railed it in, man.
Oh, damn.
He's buzzing up. Look at the guy. Dude, look at he's just.
Oh my goodness.
He's
bro.
doing all these sexual things right here. Look at
Oh,
him.
wow.
Dang.
Bro.
Look at the girl. She's wild.
Oh my goodness, bro. He's hardcore peacocking right now.
Yeah, he's peacocking. And the girl's falling for it.
Oh my goodness.
Look at him. Look at the guy, though. He's so confused, man. Relax, bro, he says. Mr. Steal Your Girl, dude.
Oh, bro, that's funny.
Look at that. Look at the guy.
He's probably on mute too.
Yeah. Look at the girl, dude.
That was something like.
That was light to you, Juliano?
I'm a man of many talents.
Oh, man, he's so fast. Look at that dude. He's just standing there like a dummy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I can't lie to you like Jasmine when I
Wow.
saw you. I was like, Borscht. Yep.
Look at the dude. He's just so confused.
Oh
He's
my
flabbergasted,
God.
bro.
Honestly,
Jack, my boy. Now might be a good time to leave.
Relax, buddy. You got no one hooked on anything right now.
You said what's up?
Relax. Nothing. Was
Bro, that
the
girl's
threat?
all into it.
You know?
That girl's all into it, bro. Look,
likes
she's, bro, she actually bit her lip.
Look at her.
Bro.
Where's the lip part? She bit her lip, right?
Right there. Right there. Right there.
Yeah,
Right there, like,
sheesh.
oh, bro,
The
like,
threat, you
she wants to eat him up, bro.
Nah, it wasn't no threat. It's just the law.
Just the law.
That girl is smitten, bro.
For real.
Are you smiling?
I mean, I have a beautiful girl right here. How can I not smile?
Not you.
Juliano. Juliano, you're so sweet.
Damn.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate that.
Can I ask you what you're mixed with?
I'm Dominican and Honduran.
Oh my God. Just. Best believe I take every bite.
Damn, man.
Oh my God.
Bite of what? A bite of what?
A bite of what?
Bite of some of that.
Buddy.
Oh my god, bro.
He has nothing to say, bro.
Cut it out.
Jasmine,
Cut it out.
if you want, I can Amazon you a mop. Oh, man. And my boy, Jack, I can Amazon you some pepper for that salt. And maybe a little bit of potatoes. Playing. Nah. Boing, boing.
Oh,
my
bro.
God, that
Poor
guy-
Jack, bro.
Poor Jack.
He's all confused, bro. He's like, bro, I thought you were my property.
Yeah, right.
I thought you were my wife.
He just stood quiet, like he just didn't know what to say anymore.
Yeah.
That's-
What would you do in that position, though?
I'll probably do the same thing. This guy has that swag, that energy. I'll just be like,
Yeah.
I'm smitten too.
Oh,
Take
shit.
me away. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that here's a good pointer for guys that actually want to get some sort of female attention. When it comes to certain things, and let's say you're not, because I would say that I don't know who that TikToker is. I would say he's fairly good looking. You know, he's a fairly good looking guy. He got nice teeth and everything. If you're not that charismatic as far as like how he is or that type of charm, do what he did. He basically spoke about her first because girls want to know more about them than technically about anything else. Second, when it comes to humor is an emotion and girls are emotional creatures. So he right away understood those two factors. Of course, he used his looks.
yeah.
And he combined everything together.
Yeah.
But if let's say you don't have that type of look, as far as like how he like very suave kind of look,
Yeah.
kind of style. Really hone in your humor, because humor is big benefactor. If you could make a girl laugh or a girl smile, that's it. Like you have an in, but a lot of guys get way too deep into like the negative thought of their own self-image.
Like, I'm the macho guy.
Well, it's not even the macho sense. It's the negative thought of their self, like
Okay.
the self image. I'm saying like the guy that's
that
self conscious,
persona?
the self conscious type of guy that is he's not able to talk to a girl because he's maybe antisocial,
Okay, yeah,
or you know, like the nerdy guy
Yeah.
that never really spoke to anybody, but now is trying his best to get that significant other.
Yeah.
I would say really hone in your humor. Humor is a big, powerful weapon when it comes to trying to get female attention.
No, some knock jokes, you know.
Any type of emotion that you could get into that girl when it comes to quotes, read some books, some poetry. Bro, like I'm telling you, when it comes to humor, it's a very, very good thing to actually learn as a guy. If you're not that type of guy, that the guy that we just saw that was like basically doing all this other stuff for that girl, because she was all in.
Yeah.
She was all in, bro. Like he saw him dancing, and she like, bro, like she was like, bro, what is this guy, Magic Mike over here?
Yeah, she got turned on, bro. She really got turned on for that one. Damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
That was a good one, bro.
That was, yeah, you enjoyed that one, huh?
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was good.
I was like, man, that girl's kind of dumb too, though.
Yeah, she just had her mouth open. Like,
Yeah, that girl's kind of dumb. I'm like, bro, like that would literally, it's either fake or not fake. I don't know, because anything online could be fake. But if let's say and assume that it's all real. Me personally, my advice for Jack is leave her ass already, because you already know, bro. Like any guy that smiles, and more than likely it's not that she was attractive off of his actions. She was already attracted to the TikToker.
Yeah.
Because what most girls like is someone that already has a platform,
a status,
you know, some sort of status, and it's very it's one of those attraction traits that guys need to understand as well. Like if you have a business, or if you're somebody within your own little society, understand that you're more than likely going to be able to attract a girl easier, or at least to have her talk to you just off of that notion, you know. And the same thing, if she sees that you're able to attract other girls, it's another attraction trait towards them, because these other girls are basically telling her, hey, he's good for something. So we're already putting him in a position where, when he's safe, because we're giving him that type of attention. It's multiple girls, so then she feels safe enough then to go and talk to him as well. So now she's feeling a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
Of course, these other girls are saying, hey, he's attractive towards all women, so now I'm attracted towards him as well. So it becomes more of like, the more in the higher position in society you are, regardless of your looks, I would say, like you'd look at Elon Musk or a Zuckerberg, you know, I would say these are nerds, but yet
nerds.
I'm 100%, they get it. They don't have to do nothing. They already put themselves in the higher peers of the totem pole when it comes to society. They're going to get the chicks, you know, no matter what, because society already put them in a position and saying, hey, these guys are worth something. They've done something. Now girls are just going to flock at them.
Yep.
So I would say for guys, humor, and start building whatever you want to build for yourself, because off of that, you're going to attract more girls. So instead of doing what unfortunately Raya was doing, he was basically smitten off of the girl just 1 month. And unfortunately now he could derail off of his goals, which could make him more attractive in the long run. But because he's being derailed, he's now going to be putting himself in a position where he might not even know where he could have been in the future, because he was so desperate and so thirsty for that
universe.
Yeah, for this one girl. Exactly.
Damn. What a life.
What a life, bro.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
Yeah. But that's for everybody. Literally. I would like to I would like to believe that at one point in my life I'll meet my other, like you were saying, like the alternate universe kind of thing, where I'll get to meet another me, but I want to be the guy that I would say that other me looks up to. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be the guy that I'm looking up to myself, because I could have been saying that could have been me. Uh-huh. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that guy's saying it to. That's who I want to be.
Amen.
So that's what I would say to every guy. Like, put yourself in a better position for yourself. After that, you'll get the girls if they come to you because you're doing it for a purpose and for yourself. Yeah.
If you build it, they will come.
They will come, bro.
Dang. All right, man. I think this is it.
Yeah, bro. That was a
This
good
is it.
one.
Let's
This is
go.
a good one.
Went through it. Balls
Yeah,
deep.
I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope we informed you. We gave you guys some good information. Gave you some good topics.
Yes, yo. Yes, yo.
Hopefully, no one got offended.
I hope not. Don't cancel us.
Yeah, don't cancel us, por favor. We just started.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I will talk to my friend Sarah. Hopefully, she'll agree on me actually being able to tell that story as far as the little insults that I give her.
Yeah.
Myself, I thought it was very hilarious, and it was even more hilarious when she repeated it when she had told me that it hurt her feelings. But when she was saying it, like I said, it was so dumb in the way that I said it. But when it's repeated and it's said almost seriously, but you know that it wasn't said in that way, it's almost funnier.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Right.
So
It didn't go as planned as in your head. Was it?
yeah. So hopefully, she will give me the green light, and then I'll be able to share that story
All right.
with you guys on the next one.
All right, everybody. This is GTM. What's going on? We'll leave you guys on the next one. All right. Till next time, everybody.
All right. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.